Hello everyone, I am Manish Pandey. Have you seen a Bollywood movie, Robot, in which Dr. Vasikaran made a robot whose name is Chitti? Dr. Vasikaran even feeds him some initial data so that Chitti can understand basic concepts and communicate. But the real transformation happens when Dr. Vasikaran brings thousands of books into his lab and Chitti starts scanning them at lightning speed, page after page, book after book, and within a minute he has read and stored all that knowledge. Now, Chitti can answer questions, explain concepts, and solve problems because the information is already inside the system. Same way, LLM is trained on huge amount of digital text data that is from books, websites, articles, blogs, conversations, billions and billions of words using a machine learning method called self supervised learning. I hope you know about the machine learning and its type. If not, I will recommend you to watch the previous video. And the full form of LLM is large language model. During the training, it tries to predict missing words in the sentences, and by doing this over and over, it learns how words fit together in the different context and develops such a strong understanding of knowledge so that it can talk, answer, translate, or even write just like a human. Now, you might be wondering how LLMs are trained on huge amount of data. It's because of the huge resources and the advanced technology behind them. It has the massive dataset. LLMs are trained on billions of words from the public websites like Wikipedia, news sites, blogs, forums, any open dataset. Also from the digital books like trained on the public domain books for the scientific papers like from open research repositories. For the coding, it learns from the open source platforms like GitHub or any documentation of the code language and any other data sets. Training in LLM is not done on a single computer, it's done on the groups of connected computers that work like a giant machine. You can say a supercomputer. And these computers use GPU like graphics processing units and the TPU like tensor processing units. One powerful GPU, NVIDIA A100 or H100, can cost between the 15 to 50 lakh, and it has the super fast memory between 40 GB to 100 GB. Wait, not one but thousands of these GPU working together to complete the training. For example, GPT-4o used 10 to 20,000 plus GPU running for a month to complete the training. It's also using the special AI frameworks, the technology like PyTorch, TensorFlow, and data speed to manage these huge computations so everything runs smoothly. It also has the high speed data systems. Even the storage and the internet speed in these setups are very special. They use hundreds of gigabytes per second data transfer speed. Now, as you know how these LLMs are trained, let's discuss this the definition of large language model. Large language model, the short LLM, is a type of an artificial intelligence model which is trained on huge amount of digital text data and designed to understand and generate human-like language. And the ChatGPT, Google Gemini, etc. All these are examples of LLM. These models are trained using a special technique called transformer architecture, which allows them to understand the context of your input, not just word by word, but meaning by meaning. Large language models like GPT-4 are built using special types of deep learning models, something called neural networks, specifically transformer based neural networks. Now let's understand the architecture of LLM and learn how LLM works. It has six stages. Let's take an example of ChatGPT because LLM is also used there. Let's talk about all these stages one by one. First, input layer. Let's take an example of ChatGPT. When you type "How are you?" into ChatGPT, it moves to second layer called tokenization. And in the tokenization layer, the text is broken into smaller pieces called tokens, and each token is mapped to a number. So this is now broken into four tokens like how, are, you, and then question mark. Now it moves to embedding layer, that is third layer. Here, these numbers are converted into something called vectors that represents its meaning in a way that machine understand. And this way, the model can understand that the king and queen are related, just like a mango and fruit related. And then it moves to transformer blocks. And this is the basically transformer layer, we can say. This is the backbone of LLMs. Some models use an encoder to read and understand the input. Some, like GPT, only use a decoder, which predicts the next token based on the previous one. Inside a transformer block, here we have two main things, self attention and FFN. Self attention tells the model which words are connected to each other. For example, in the sentence, I went to the bank to deposit money. Now, here, bank means a financial bank, not the side of a river. And the attention mechanism helps the model figure this out. And FFN, the full form of FFN is Feed Forward Neural Network. It processes and refines the contextual understanding, and this process is repeated multiple times. You see the multiply n because this process is repeated multiple times. An LLM doesn't just have one transformer block, it has many. For example, GPT-3 has around 96 layers. Now it moves to output layer. So finally, the processed information goes to the output layer, and here the model calculates the score for all possible words or tokens using something called softmax function. And the highest score wins, and the word is predicted as the next token. Now it moves to the predicted word tokens. Here, the token with the highest probability is chosen as the next word and presented to the user. And then finally, you get the response as a I am fine and dot. Now let's break down the term large language model into the three words. Here we have large language and model, and let's understand these three words separately, these three terms one by one. We have large. The word large refers to two things. First, large amount of data, and then second, large number of parameters. Large amount of data means it is trained on billions of words from the books, websites, articles, Wikipedia, Reddit, or code repository, etc. Second, large number of parameters. So these are like adjustable knobs in the models. For example, GPT-4 has over 1 trillion parameters, and more parameters equal to deeper understanding. The next word, that is language. Language refers to the human language like English, Hindi, Spanish, French, and many more. And an LLM is built to understand how humans communicate, to understand the meaning of words like semantics. When I say bank, it can be a place for money or the side of a river, depend on the situation. So it understands the context as well. And third is model. Model is the trained brain of the AI, and it's a set of algorithm and parameters that process the data and make predictions. So when you put all together, a large language model is an AI system trained on huge amount of text data designed to understand and generate human language with the context, meaning, and accuracy.